hello there. This is Shawn1113, your host for the Shawn1113 podcast show. Before we get any further, thank you so much for listening, wherever platform you may be listening to. Also, if you want to contact me, Shawn47k at gmail.com, Shawn47k at gmail.com. Also, put a voice message on Spotify for podcasters.com as well as Facebook and X. And with that, everything will be linked in the description. Everything will be in the description, by the way, on that. Hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you had a very safe Thanksgiving weekend. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, what having as we get back to normal, but also get back to the holiday season as well. I didn't do much. It was quiet, and it was a quiet Thanksgiving, basically. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was different than any other time because I'm usually not. Because I'm usually not. When it comes to the holidays, I usually at work for those holidays, so it's kind of unusual for me. A little bit out of place, but I enjoyed it. It was quiet. Nothing there, nothing here. But like I said, I enjoyed it. Now let's move on to something else. College football. Mike Elu going to Texas A&M, $42 million. They got all that money, don't they? Well, let's see what the results on that. Frank Reich getting fired, no shock there. I'm going to the NFL. Frank Reich getting fired, no surprises there. Maybe Carolina might play better, who knows? Can we now, if you're a New England fan, can we now say Mac Jones is officially a bust? I mean, in my opinion, I think Mac Jones is now considered a bust, NFL bust. You're going to have to get a new quarterback. I'm New England fans, I can tell you that right now. Also, everything's ongoing: NBA, NHL, college basketball, college hockey, of course, college football. With the championship, I'll get into those predictions in a little bit, as well as the Division II and Division III college football predictions. They are in the quarterfinals. First of all, I want to go Premier League football. It has been a little while. It has been a little while since I've talked about it, but I'm looking at the standings. It's going to come down to the wire again between Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool, Aston Villa. All of a sudden gotten hot the last four matches. There's Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United with 26 and 24 respectively. Newcastle. I think they're very dangerous still with 23. Brighton with 22. West Ham with 20. I think anywhere from first to ninth, they're in position maybe win it all or steal or win the title when time goes on. We'll see in May, but right now, I guess can Arsenal hold on to that lead? That's the question. Because remember last season, Arsenal had the championship won. They were ahead of Manchester City, and Manchester City made that surge. Can also hang on this time. We'll see what happens. Liverpool is a much better team now. After having an off year, Aston Villa is a surprise at the Premier League. Tottenham, Manchester United, Newcastle. We'll see what happens there, but should be a fascinating race coming to May 2024. Now, after I talked about that, now let's get to the Shawn Steele's college football picks, week 14. And then I'm also going to talk about the Army-Navy game as well. And as an extra, I'm going to put Shawn Steele's NFL picks, week 13, 2023, as an extra bonus for you. As my way of saying thank you to all the listeners out there. So let's go with the college football picks, the championship week. We have New Mexico State against Liberty, picking Liberty. Miami, Ohio against Toledo, picking Toledo. Oklahoma State against Texas in the Big 12 title, picking Texas. Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship, picking Georgia. Although I wouldn't, although I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if Alabama beats Georgia. New Mexico State and Liberty, Ohio, Oregon and Washington. This is basically a playoff game. Some of them are like playoff, like as if it was the 12-team playoff was already there. But Oregon, this is a playoff elimination game right here. Oregon and Washington. I'm picking Oregon. SMU and Tulane. Tulane's been lucky, but I'm going to pick SMU. Appalachian State and Troy, picking Troy. Louisville and Florida State. Florida State, the playoffs, they're in control of their own playoff destiny. And I think Florida State will edge Louisville in the ACC championship. In the WAC championship, UNLV and Boise State, I'm going to pick Nevada, Las Vegas here. Would not be surprised if Boise State won, no. But I think for a change, there will be a name. That name will be new. I mean, should be a different name in the WAC. And I think Nevada, Las Vegas will finally be able to do it. And then Iowa, this is the Big Ten championship. Iowa, who has no offense, great defense, but no offense, at Michigan. I'm picking Michigan all day long, 24-7 against Iowa. Iowa can hardly score anywhere on the football field when it comes to offense. Defense is great, but Michigan's going to blow them out by like points. That's my opinion about that. Army, Navy on December 9th. I'm picking Army this year. Now for the FCS playoff quarterfinals. Villanova versus Youngstown State, picking Youngstown State. Albany and Richmond, picking Richmond. Furman and Chattanooga, picking Furman. South Dakota State versus Mercer, picking South Dakota State. South Dakota versus Sacramento State, picking Sacramento State. Montana State and North Dakota State. North Dakota State. Montana and Delaware, picking Montana. Idaho and Southern Illinois, picking Idaho. Division 2 playoffs quarterfinals. Slippery Rock versus Kutztown, but I'm picking Slippery Rock. Valdosta State going to Lenore Rhine, picking Valdosta State. Harding versus Grand Valley State, picking Grand Valley State. Colorado School of the Mines versus Central Washington, picking CSOM, Colorado School of the Mines. Division 3 playoffs. Cortland and Alma, picking Cortland. Johns Hopkins against Roundout Macon, picking Roundout Macon. La Crosse and Wisconsin versus North Central Illinois, picking North Central Illinois. And Wartburg versus Wisconsin Whitewater, picking Wisconsin Whitewater in Division 3 playoffs. And those are the quarterfinals of Division 3. Division 3, by the way. And all that's going to be down below in the description. In the description to see the games, plus the NFL Week 13 picks. Because once it dwindles down and the bowl season comes around, I'll probably get more NFL picks here than anything else on this podcast. So with that, as a matter of fact, I'll pick them right now, Week 13. Why not? Seattle versus Dallas, picking Dallas. Miami and Washington against Washington, picking Miami. Denver and Houston, picking Houston in a close one. Although Denver is playing some good football right now. Detroit and New Orleans, picking Detroit. Atlanta and the New York Jets. The black game of the week. I'll say that. Well, I'm picking the New York Jets. I don't care what's that game, really. Arizona and Pittsburgh, hitting Pittsburgh. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh. Indianapolis and Tennessee. I'm picking Indianapolis. The Chargers in New England, another black game of the week. Hitting the Chargers. Carolina and Tampa Bay, picking Tampa Bay. San Francisco and Philadelphia. I'm going to save that pick for last. Cleveland and the LA Rams, picking the Rams. Kansas City and Green Bay on Sunday night, picking Kansas City. Cincinnati and Jacksonville on Monday night, picking Jacksonville. And The game of the week, San Francisco and Philadelphia. I'm picking San Francisco right now. They're getting really hot at the right time after losing their previous three, and they've won their last three. So they're playing as good as I ever see because they got their, Trent Williams is back and all that. Everybody think, well, the NFL is unwatchable. The NFL is boring. Well, maybe part of it is matchups, bad matchups. We know there's parity in the NFL. That always will be, but I really believe, it's bad matchups. It really is. I think part of that reason is matchups in football that especially at the 4:00 window. Seriously, and if you have injured stars that you want to see and they're injured, that will not, the casual NFL fan is not going to watch either. For example, Joe Burrow is not playing. He's out for the season. You got a Cincinnati Jacksonville game that would have been attractive. And it's in a way it is. But not having a star like Joe Burrow there will not get the casual fan. Having a backup core like Tampa, no disrespect to the Brownie at Cincinnati, he's not the star. And you will not have the casual NFL fan watching that game. And I think this, when you have, like I said, when you have the star injured or out for the season, and you have that kind of game, you will not get the casual fan watching that game because of that. And the matchups are pretty bad. Some, like I said, some of it is matchups, bad matchups. In my opinion, it can be. There's also plenty of reason why the NFL is probably not watchable, in my opinion, in that regard. So that's my opinion about that, and that is all for the Shawn1113 Cast Show for November 29th, 2023. We are now going into the December stretch, and with that. Again, everything's linked in the description. You want to contact me if you want to do a voice message on Spotify and on my Gmail account as well. And I'm sharing this also on Facebook and on X as well. With that, thank you for listening to this podcast on the Shawn1113 Podcast Show. And as always, especially during the holiday season, please stay encouraged no matter what.